Ba-da-da. Mic check. Sound great. All right. Thomas Brown wants to know if you want that DeWalt miter saw or not. For that price, especially if you're in DeWalt already, which is, that one even comes with the battery and stuff. That's a pretty good price to come with the battery. My buddy's got that one. I've used it quite a few times. As far as the only thing I like about my Milwaukee one better is one, I've got Milwaukee batteries and I don't have DeWalt. That's the whole main reason. And I didn't think there was enough room on the DeWalt to put a battery adapter and then a battery, like where the battery goes, or else I would have probably bought a DeWalt one. I ended up buying the Milwaukee because it had the dual bevel, and in a 7 1/4, sometimes that comes in handy, being able to bevel both sides. And then I feel like the only real thing that's better on mine that's not on his, other than the fact that it's dual bevel, is I think the shadow line on my Milwaukee, in my opinion, it's better than the DeWalt one. But the DeWalt one still has it. It's just not as good. But that's a pretty good price. I mean, for that miter saw and a battery and all that stuff. What's up, some way, Tom? Lance, I think I saw Roy Phipps. I think I saw Denny. Lance Anderson. TPG, Bowery Boy, Clint. I don't remember anybody else. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's it so far, as far as in the chat. What's up, BMCK? So the thing that I found is the old baby Fiskars back at home in my pocket. I got to thinking, I was like, it has to be almost in like, I had to have left it in something. Because I mean, I looked all in my truck. I've looked in everywhere out here. And I found it in a pair of shorts that I don't work in, but I just wore them one night to go somewhere. And so then when I took them off and I got home, I didn't put them in the dirty clothes because we weren't like gone for very long, whatever it was. And we didn't do anything but just sit somewhere or whatever. And I had it with me and it was in that pocket. So it was in my shorts pocket the whole time, like in that pair of shorts. I haven't worn them since then. So, but I did find it. So the baby Fiskars is back at home. Only thing that does stink about, I mean, I like this. I like using this knife as far as the feel of it and everything better than the 1505 as far as knife, but you don't get the screwdriver, bit on it. But so now I guess I'll pair them two together or something, since this has a screwdriver on it. Although I don't know that I'll run this in my pocket anyways, but I don't normally carry a lot of multi-tools because I'm not a person who kind of carries that stuff with me just randomly out places. And if I'm anywhere, like I've got my truck sitting right outside in the driveway or right outside the parking lot, and I normally take my pouch in like everywhere I go as like a kind of my EDC, I guess, as you want to call it. Amanda planted it there. She asked me whenever I told her, I showed it to her that I found it, and she said, "Where'd you find it at?" I said, "It was in your purse." She said it was not. What's up, Johnny W? So I got a bunch of stickers that I've been wanting to put on places. I've been saving them for a long time until I got my stuff cleaned out. So mainly I got some to put here, and then I'll show you the places where I've got them to put them right now. Anyways, certain ones I kind of put certain spots, so it doesn't matter. I know where I'm gonna put those, but I'll walk you around real fast. I don't think I got anything out that I can't show you. So, of course, I've got some on these. I've never put any on those, but I probably will at some point in time. But those drawers are more like these are always just different stuff all the time. them kind of stay the same. So I didn't ever know if I was going to label them or not. That's why I didn't. I've obviously got my US General cart that I could put some stickers on if I want to. I do have stickers. Of course, these were out there, so that's why I had stickers on these. So I kind of have started putting stickers on these. A lot of times it's if I had more than one of something. And then like over here, I started putting some of the places like went to Bryce Canyon and the Arch, St. Augustine, just different places, Charleston. I usually pick up stickers if we go places too. And I think I got, like there's another Bryce Canyon one because that was a 2-pack, but these weren't close to each other at the time. So I got those. That's the main area where I'm putting them. And then I don't know if I end up putting some. I don't think this is a mess down here. I'm gonna peek real fast before. It's not too bad. I'm not putting any down here because it's hot down here. I don't have my toe soap. And then I got this board that I've got up here that is going to be covering up my electrical and stuff more than anything. But I think I might put stickers on that. But I'm not going to be putting stickers on that tonight because it's hot down here. And my toe soap don't go that far. So I'm going to go through these stickers and figure out mostly just while we're talking, like not necessarily as the whole thing. Probably just pick out ones that I think I want to put in here. And then there's some of these that I'm going to take off. Like this Ember one's messed up. So I'm probably going to take it off. And then this Milwaukee one's real bad. Faded. And I've also got one down there on that other end that's newer. That's going to be a mess. But those will come off. I'll do that later though. Only multi-tool I carry wears the Milwaukee Fastback with the driver bits. Yeah, that's the most that I've kind of carried for the most part. Let me tilt that up some. So that's the only reason why I actually had that kind of a tools is because I was always carrying that. I do carry a knife like in my pocket all the time. So I've got a bunch of these that are like the Tradesman Club at Klein. There's very rare that I like these enough to put them on like a cabinet because they're also like a different kind of sticker. Like they're not really like sticker, it's almost like a flat matte deal kind of, if that makes sense. So this one right here is probably the only one I might would use out of here. I might stick it in there on the cabinets in there, but I'm definitely not putting none of these on this. I've got stuff in here that's not stickers too. Oh man, here's some Velcro. I could use this on that TV mount. I need to save those. I've got, like, let's see. Here's a Mission Barbecue, but this is pretty big, so I think I'll put this on that one of them cabinets in there. Like I don't want to take up a whole big old deal. If y'all ever eaten at Mission Barbecue, I don't know if that's. I think we talked about it before. I don't know if that's a. So I'll move that one in there. So I'm gonna stick those off to the side. We may move in there later, and I'll put some on in there too. But and then I don't know what these are doing in here. I remember I bought these on clearance at Home Depot. I was throwing stuff randomly in this tote while I was cleaning up stuff, but super slick stuff. Yeah, it will. Like I'll have to just peel that off, spray some super slick stuff. We'll see because basically what I do is I take a sticker. Like once I find one, I'm going to put on there. Like let's say I got a bunch of these Nolster stickers, but I've already got one right here. But like I go around and try to find a spot where I think it'll look kind of good, whatever. So I don't really need one of those on here either on these. There's a bunch of Tool Collector 72. That was my other thing, yes, because I've got, which actually I was actually looking for it whenever I came out here. I don't know what happened to Flat Bowery and the Clint. I've got an extra Clint person, but I might have put them in here and I just didn't remember doing it. That's a possibility. But I could have swore I left y'all laying up here. So I don't know if I hid y'all well enough that I forgot where I put you. So that was the other thing. Yeah, should I take like the different people that send me stuff that are channels like YouTube, because this is mostly tools, brands, and stuff like that. And then there's some funny stuff every now and then, but should I put them on something different and not put them on the cabinets? So I got a bunch of Tool Collector 72s, and then there is a Clint. So those, I've got an Atlas 46 sticker, but I had one of those. I got one down there, and then this one was like stuck on the package, and like these spots right here don't stick anymore, so I can't really use that. So this is pretty much garbage. Unless I, only way I could use that's if I put it on something and take something clear and stick over the top of it. It was kind of stuck to that one, is what the problem was. Couple pipe vices. I already got one of those here too. So I might put some of these. I might put one of these on that other cabinet. And this one will be extra. I'll see if I've got a Nostr on that other cabinet. These would be extra. More Tool Collector. This is the thing where I still haven't made up my mind what I want to do with it because it's so nice. But the this came, I ordered it in that car. I actually just ordered this and it came with all that other stuff. Because part of me, like I could put it like in the middle or something because it's big enough. But then I'm like, do I end up wanting to stick it on something, you know, like that? I really kind of like the way it looked. It's almost pretty cool looking on the U.S. General cart too, though. To be honest with you, that's, if this was orange or something, or I've got my mod. Well, I don't think I want to put it on my mod box drawers in my truck. I've also got my drawers in my truck that I can put stickers on, but I don't think I want to put something like this. I don't want to put this somewhere where I think I'm going to end up hitting it a lot. I think is what I'm. I mean, to me, that right there probably looks the best out of all the options, but it's one of those I can't commit to. I haven't decided. I don't know if maybe I need to put some kind of double sided something on it and just stick it somewhere for a while. So you all give me suggestions. What you think? Here's another That Bowery Boy. So that would be a YouTube, Instagrammy sticker. I'm gonna put it over here in this pile. DeWalt miter single bevel. That's a deal breaker. Yeah, I knew that it was because, like I said, my buddy's got it. I keep signing up for the quarterly stickers. I remember most of the time. Sometimes I don't. There's been a few of them I missed that I'm kind of mad about, but I get most of them. Mission Barbecue at Lebanon, Tennessee. Matt shared that they are subbing other bags for the MB2B. Yeah, so that's what Matt HMM sent earlier. Is that if you buy tier 2 now on Veto, you can pick something that's up to. You don't have to get the MB2B. You can pick something that's up to. Maybe you can help me out with that, Clint. I want to say it was like a $94 value or something like that. So you don't have to get an MB2B on a tier 2. A bunch of Atlas 46s that I'll send you. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having, if Jeff, if you've got some of the, they got one with the yellow and the black. I don't have any of those. I've seen some of those stickers. That's the first Atlas 46 sticker I've ever gotten. I never did get any. That actually came with the stuff they sent me. I've never got any with the stuff I bought, I don't think. That's it. Buy an orange cart. Put a magnet on the back of the Klein. I might do that, and then that way I can kind of move it around, and it's not like a permanent thing. I could do that. I might just get some flat. I might even have some once I start looking around here enough. I got a bunch of Velcro, but I think I might do that with that. Let's see what this is. Oh, there's a That Bowery Boy. Now that one looks pretty slick. Like, it's more of like words. I guess that's kinda what I'm saying I put up here. It's not necessarily it's mostly wordy type stuff, but I'm gonna for sure put that one somewhere. This one, 3D print inserts, I bought from them 2 or 3 times, different stuff, and I think I got one of these in there on my cabinets in there, but we'll see. So that's a possibility for up here. House of Tools, I've already got one down here. Y'all might not can see that. You can see the top of it, I think. Got one of those there. So we'll see if there's room for one of them in there. Tons of Nosters. I don't know what that's for. Yeah, here's a so this is the same as that Milwaukee that's there, but that one's just faded like crazy. And I don't really know why, because I want to say I've had the one over there on there for probably about the same amount of time. Only thing I can guess is that the sun from my door and the garage door probably beams right there. So that would probably be why, I guess. So I got another one of those, but I've already got an extra one of those here. So I'm going to take that one off, but this one might can go in there. So we'll put that with that. This comes off of something. This came off of a hat. You can get the trucker hat. That's what that sticker is. Railer, I hardly know her. Railer, I got one of those down here. So we'll see about that in there. There's more tool collector. Tool collector. A little pass load nail gun. Another Ember sticker. $7-Eleven. Yeah, I got one of those there. So that's a maybe for in there. Here's the Bowery Boy. So maybe I did take them off because Clint's was out here too. So maybe I put them in there. So got a bigger and a little Bowery Boy. So here's Tybee Island. So this one I'll put in there. This Vito, that kind, I got one of those over there. I got an orange one of these down there. So it looks like I don't have a whole awful lot to, unless I can put those in. I'm pretty sure I got those in there too. Looks like most of them would be, yeah. So there's another 3D print insert. So that's going to be extra. There's another Clint. Let's see. Here's a Klein. I think this one was like Thanksgiving or something last year in the tradesman deal. I miss a lot of tradesman stickers. Yeah, I do too. $94.99. So you can get anything $94.99. We got Morgan's maintenance stickers. I'm probably gonna take that off there too. I put that on there back whenever I first got these. Hayco, I'm pretty sure I got one of them out here because I got these in that KC tool, and I got those a couple different times. Yes, I got one of these down there. So we'll see if I got one of them in there. Here's a so this would be the same thing, would be kind of like the YouTuber if I put them somewhere specific. So I got this with the whenever I bought the Muck Enders, it came with it. It's got a stud pack sticker, Perkins Builder Brothers, the Hacks Man, and then a Muck Ender sticker on there. More Morgan's maintenance. More tool collector. So here's Juno Beach Station 15. So that was given to me by, and I've got the letter. I keep all the letters where people send me stuff, but I know he's in Florida. and his name starts with an A. I want to say it was Armando, but I don't know that for sure. I don't hold me to that. But I'll probably put, that could go anywhere really. We'll see where so here's Rock City Lookout Mountain, so that'll go in there. Philo, I've got one of these over there, so that's maybe for in there. Most of these look like it's gonna be maybe for in there. I got a ton of the Remember Kids, Electricity Will Kill You, and then I already forgot what the name of the guy is that's in all these. Tons of them. I bought a whole big pack off Amazon. Ohio Power Tool. I don't see one of them in here. I've got one up somewhere though. I don't see one here though. Oh yeah, I don't have this one, but I've got Ohio Power Tool right here. Another railer. Stall I probably wouldn't put that in here just because I've already got one anyway. So I can't remember what this one's. Anybody remember what this logo is? I've got one in here. I've got one in there on that other cabinet, and I can't remember what it stands for. It's something electrical, but I can't remember what that logo is off the top of my head. So anybody remember what this is? Small Craftsman. I don't really like that one though. Here's a Vera Tool Rebels. I've got a Vera that down here. Picard, got one of those. Like I said, I think I got 2 packs of the KC Tool. So everywhere I've got a KC Tool thing. There's Blackstone. NWS. And I don't have one of those in here. Yeah, I do. Right there. So I might even still do it. So I'm not even going to show y'all that one. There's a video I had kind of planned on doing. I bought that sticker just for that. Big YouTube star. When are you starring in their next big YouTube star contest? I thought I was already a big YouTube star. That's what y'all say. Ready Kilowatt. That's what the guy's name was. Yes. So I got tons and tons of little stickers of his. Riley Knife and Tool. A couple different ones of those, but I've got one of those down there. I might put this one in there. We'll save that as an extra. Couple more railers, extra. Another Ohio Power Tool. I don't like stuff that's got like a ton of stuff on it though, like that. Like I like clean stuff. That's why I like words. Arcade. That's a company I got a belt from, but I think I've got one of those out in that one. DJI. Let's see. Those can go there. DJI. I've got one of those here. More of Ready Kilowatts. Another House of Tools. Got one of those already. Jawbone holsters. That's from I think Bowery Boy sent me that. I'm gonna put it in there. Another Ohio Power Tool. Now that one I kind of like. I like the look of that better than the other ones. I might see if I can find somewhere to put that in here. So where's that stack is? Just this here, isn't it? Yeah. Steve's Wood Shop and Tool Reviews. A little small one. So that go with the YouTuber. There's another DJI. Looks a little different. I don't like that one as much. More Nosters. Here's the good rule. So that's from the guy that sent me the good rule, but I put one of them already on here, but I might be able to put one of those in there. But sometimes I keep extras of these like this so that if for some reason, because every now and then I'll scratch these, something to drop. Not so much these, more so those in there. Here's a Jasper made me buy it, Jersey Discount Tool Company. That one's pretty big. I'll put that in there on those. Tons of these Vitos of different colors. Catching up with Joey, 266 views on my one and only YouTube video. There's more Freddy kilowatts. Let's see. Yeah, here's another arcade belt company. Now I like the look of that one. I don't think I got one in here. That one maybe can go in here. All these inside of here, I think I already went through. I think they're all the Freddy kilowatt ones, and there's an extra railer. Another Craftsman that, again, I don't really like the look of that. Another Riley knife and tool. So these are all extras already that I kind of went through, I think. Another Noster. I could make a whole, I could probably cover up a whole cabinet with Noster stickers. Here's a American flag. I bought this because I don't know if y'all have done this yet. Here's another good rule, but I like the I might put that in there on that other one. I've done this like 3 times now. So like I got the bumper on my truck, you know, so then I'll take something like a battery or a tool or whatever, like I'll take it out of my tool and stick it on my bumper and set it there while I'm doing whatever. And then next thing you know, I'll want to open up the bed of my truck and I do it and it sits on, it ends up hitting whatever I've got sitting there and stopping, but then it puts a little bit dent before you know it. So I bought one of these to cover up one of those dents and I bought it in a 2-pack. That's why I've got 2 of them. Hazette, I think I said I had one of those already. Yep, boom. That's a maybe for in there. More Vitos. These, now here's a Crescent. That's probably a more in there sticker. These are the ones that I kind of mix. So like every now and then in here, I've got a mix of like, I enjoy romantic walks through the hardware store. Show me your bits. Don't borrow my tools. Like it's a mix with tool brands. Let me stop everything and work on your problem. So I've got these that I could mix in every so often in here. I probably won't put this one in here just because I don't want that on the screen every time I'm recording. But like, so I got these. These are possibilities for in here. Even though that one is technically the whole reason why I bought them to begin with. Another Bowery Boy. Here's a Georgia Blue Ridge Mountain, so that one will for sure go in there. Let's Get Toasted. Amacola Falls State Park. So that one's a thing. Gen X Raised on Hose Water and Neglect. So like I could mix that in here. That would be okay. I got 2 of those too because it came in a 2-pack. Texas Tool. I'll probably put that in here. I've actually got 3 of the Gen X thing. Another Vera. So here's some more Kleins. Now I don't mind this one. That one looks pretty good. That one looks okay too. Like that kind of stuff I don't normally put on my cabinets. And then you got that one. Of course, it's just the outline of the tool. That one's not too bad. Like this one wouldn't be bad. That one's pretty nice. I don't mind that one. So I don't think I've got any Klein stickers on. Of course, I got the clock up there all the time, but my big Klein stickers on my cabinet in there. Like I got a big one. Those are maybes. Velocity Pro Gear. I don't think I got one of those in here. So that can go in here. Here's Kind of a Big Deal. That one might not would look bad in here. Diamondback, but I don't really like, it's too much work, like too much not Diamondback on there. So I don't really care for that one. I've already got this Vito up, so we'll look in there for that. These are maybes. Let me check chat. Got a True Work. That can go in here. Even though I don't own any. Oh, wait a minute. I think I do have one True Work hat. It's the Awesome Framers hat. So I do at least own something. Here's another Texas Tool and Equipment. So now we got to decide. You can put square or circle. Like if I put a Texas Tool on here, which square or circle, which one you think you like the better? STS, I can put that in here. That's my magnetic thing that I got on my battery. There's some more Clint Cole. There's West Hart Electric. Somebody sent me that in, so that would be a YouTube deal. So we'll put that there. He sent me a couple of those. Tools of the Spark. That's a Instagram. He sent me quite a few, so we'll put that with the YouTube, Instagram things. Don't get into a safety pickle. I got that at a trade show, and there's a saw stop, which I don't have a saw stop, so I don't know that I'll put one of them on here. I might just save that for later. Grabo. I do have a Grabo. We'll put that there. Strauss. I do have a Strauss vest, so I can put that on here. Here's a little bit bigger stud pack. I think Paul gave me that one at the trade show. So that'll go there. There's another True Work. Home Depot Pro. Basically, anybody that has these stickers, if you want to sponsor and get you you can pay. It's like NASCAR. You can pay me and I will put it on my toolbox. Just kidding. So these, let me get these out of the way. These are all extras for sure, or stuff I'm not using. And I'm just doing this between questions. If y'all got questions or anything about tools or stuff that I've showed this week, you can go ahead and ask and stuff. And let me get to where, let me move this a little. Let me see. I'm gonna get my little dentist chair. This side over here is more bare than the other. So I probably need to put more on that side than I do over here. So this be that. These are YouTubers or Instagrammers. All right, let me check at the chat. Saw stop, send me a saw. Yeah, if you send me a saw stop, I mean, I'll give you one of these spots right here. Saw stop. Yeah, I've been collecting these stickers. Jeff said he forgot he sent me that one. I haven't put a sticker on period because I was waiting to see what I ended up doing, moving stuff around and all that kind of stuff in here. And I didn't want to like stick something on something, and then I got rid of it. So I was just making sure what I was doing. I've also got those two file cabinets in there that I could stick stuff on, but I don't think I'm gonna put stickers on those because I'm probably actually gonna label those because they're more the same stuff all the time. Some of us are working. Want to know how you like your new MCT? I wasn't going to buy one, but I scooped one up last minute to get the promo. So far, I only ran it this week, and I only worked at one job where I got my tool bag out of the truck. Like the rest of the stuff was, uh, so I put in three exterior doors, and then we had to rebuild the bottom of some columns at a house. But on the doors, they purchased the doors and the jams weren't wide enough. It was an older house, which the older houses usually have 2x4 wall in my area. Like this is probably like a 1950s, 60s house or something like that. 2x4 wall. Then it has the sheeting on the outside. And then they put like a 3/4 board uh, on the outside of that, kind of coming in where the door is. So you got something to attach trim to, kind of inside the brick gap. And then you got the brick gap, and then you got, the brick. So it ends up being bigger than a, just 4 9/16 jam. But that's what they bought on all of them. So I had to put in the doors, then I had to go get. I ended up they I asked them if they wanted to do PVC instead of wood. That way it would last longer. So I did an inch and a half square PVC. It's 2x2 square PVC to bring it out to the brick, and then some 3/4 PVC. So I did all that, and then with all that, I'm not using my tool bag. I'm using miter saw, table saw, nail guns, all that kind of stuff. That was a couple days this week, and the other couple days it rained. I did go change out some GFCI plugs and stuff like that at a place. I think that's really the only job I got my tool bag out at. And then yet yesterday while I was working, my caliper on my front passenger side of my brake locked up. I was driving down the road. I was talking to Miss Maintenance on the phone on my way to go pick up me and my buddy something to drink. I went to Lowe's and picked up some Big Stretch, and then was on my way I was going to stop at a gas station and get us some drinks 'cause it was really hot. And I was looking through the side of my glasses, and I thought it looked like there was smoke coming up like around the passenger side on the outside of my truck. But I was like, well, maybe my glasses are just foggy because I was real sweaty, it's real humid. So then I pulled in, the gas station was like 2 seconds from that. So I pulled in and went walking around. I felt like I could smell something, but I wasn't really seeing anything. I popped my hood, looked all in there, wasn't seeing anything. So I went in, got some drinks, got back in my truck, started driving back to where we were doing the work at, where my buddy was, and got out, and just smoke just rolling out of my brake pads and calipers. So I had to take his truck, drive to the auto parts store and buy a whole new caliper and change out my caliper right there in the road, just because it wasn't going to move. It was locked up. Or if I would have kept driving, it was going to be a big problem. So I ended up having to do that yesterday afternoon, and made me not get home till super late. But yeah, long story short, a bunch of extra stuff added in. I like it so far. I haven't used it a ton. It was a long way to get to say that, I guess. I usually get it yelled at for working during the live. That little 1/4 inch Cyclops wrench you got is the slickest ratchet going. I love mine. Yeah, I have been wanting one for a long time. Even if I didn't get the blackout version, I've been wanting one for a long time. And then they came out with the blackout ones, and I was like, that's pretty slick. I like the fact that it's blackout. And I would have never probably bought this just because it's not something I need like at all. Like I've got tons of little 1/4 inch ratchets. I don't have any that's got like this kind of a head on it or anything like that. Obviously, other than some real small ones, I don't have anything. This one's kind of a little bit bigger, but not like maybe a full size 1/4 inch ratchet, but it's bigger than those little Kleins, little Milwaukees, and all that kind of stuff. And it's got that flex kind of head type thing to it. A lot bigger head than those. Obviously, it's going to be a little harder to stick in somewhere, but just being able to make it a screwdriver is also pretty nice. It's one of them tools I just wanted more than anything. And then whenever I start looking around on Amazon UK, it's hit or miss that they've got some stuff that will ship to the US, and then hit or miss that they've even got some stuff that I don't have yet because mostly you're looking at the Knipex and Vera and all that kind of stuff. What's up, Tubix? Has the clip dig into you when you put it on a belt? The Evo clip, you're asking, I'm assuming. Uh, I don't, but that the Evo clip actually goes down farther on you. It's pretty much even with your belt. It's not like the MP pouches or any the X pouches. Now, like I said, it does sit up higher, so your tools that you put in the top, depending upon what kind of tools you put in them, they might end up hitting into your like side and stuff. I usually have screwdrivers up in my top of mine, so it's usually just the head of a screwdriver sticking out. Super speeders are hard on brakes. So I'm gonna go. Let's see what we got. So a Strauss. This is a little bitty square, so that's pretty good to fit about anywhere. Usually you can stick these in corners. Like I said, I'm gonna take this off. That might be a good spot for that. I need to put more probably over there too, though. But I'm gonna take this off. I don't need my own name sticker up here. I know who I am. I know what I'm about, son. There's that one off. I'm gonna take this one off real fast. This will come off pretty easy. The Milwaukee one's the only one's gonna be a booger because it's kind of got that cardboardy sticker type feel to it. Yeah, this is the perfect case of this Ember one. I dropped something and it ate off, like part of that E broke off, like peeled off. But my guess is this was the sun that did this to this one, which these aren't the best. This right here is not the best sticker in the world either. I mean, it comes for free with a hat. Yeah, that's gonna be a nightmare. And I don't want to get like I need like a plastic scraper, and I don't think I got any of those in here. I don't want to do a razor blade, even though I'm probably gonna stick something right over top of it. I don't want to put a big scratch in that blue paint. Yeah, that's horrible. Let me see what I can do here. Yeah, I'll just leave that. I'll do that later. We'll see. And normally, you probably got to get that red off there before you do this for it to do any good. I don't have any scrapers in here. They're all those are in my truck. I think I did have my clown one in here actually at one point in time. I'll see if I got one in this paint supply drawer real fast. I might have like a folding one. I'll make this work. Yeah, you almost got to get that top red layer off before that super slick stuff's gonna do any good. Could have took a thumbnail of that and made the title "I'm done with Milwaukee" and had it halfway scraped off. All right. Let's see. Let me go ahead and take these off. This off. These I kind of like being here. They don't have to be there. I'm gonna leave these here for now because I don't have any big stickers. That's kind of what I've been saving that middle for. So I'm just gonna leave them there for now because I don't want to put any small stuff kind of in there anyways. So let's see. Anybody ever tell you that Big Stretch isn't brake pad lubricant? Yeah, it wasn't gonna work out. I'm glad I got super lucky actually. So, well, not really. I could have eventually done it anyway. So on the caliper, I went and bought one, and it comes with the whole entire thing, the big bracket and everything. And the big bracket's bolted on with like I want to say it was like 21 millimeter or 24 millimeter. I don't remember what the size was on those bolts, but they're big. And normally, if you just change your brake pads, you don't even take that off. You just take the pins out, pull your caliper with the pistons and stuff in it, put your brake pads in, put that back in. But in order for me to get my $40 core charge back, I had to take off the whole thing. So I guess if I hadn't have got it off, I would have just changed out the middle part, drove it home, got off the other, and then went back another day. Got my core charge back. But I just so happened to take my M18 high torque with me because my buddy was wanting to borrow it because he was working on his truck. So I actually had it in the truck with me. But had I not had it, there's no way I would have got that off. So this one, I got to think about like if I do that, then I got this space for like something small. So I always go around. I do got a little Milwaukee pack out thing there that can probably come off, or I just go over the top of it because it's pretty small. This is like a very early sticker I got pretty early on. You can't even see it. So here I am taking another Milwaukee one off. But this is a little bit big for that. Fits pretty good right there. But now I got to get down so I can make sure I get them straight. Or do I need to get my laser level out? Or does Strauss look better with, well, it won't hardly fit in there. I was going to say that's. Almost looks a little bit sideways, though, to be honest with you. No, it's not. Maybe the one below it is. All right. Home Depot Pro. Do they deserve a spot? There's a lot of little spots up here where I can't stick a lot of stuff sometimes. We'll see what we got first. This one's pretty good. Let's see. Not bad there. Not bad there. I'm gonna go over there. No, no split on this one. Some of these are. That Strauss sticker was a nice sticker until they spent some money on those. I'm gonna take this one off. Use one of them other ones and just kind of move it over a little bit. This one's got a corner pilling on it too. I could actually probably restick that one, but I like the one I had in there a minute ago. I like it a little bit better. If I can find it. Yeah, that one. And it's got like some slick stuff on the back, on the front face of it, to where it can get like wet filling. Let's see what we got. Be careful. I think Clint has already detailed how you get rid of the body. One of my firefighters makes all my stickers. I ordered mine off of Amazon. They're not the best, but they were better than I expected them to be for what I paid for them, in all honesty. Come on, baby. Oh, or should I do something different there? Maybe I'll put this one over there because that's kind of the same colorish. I might do that. All right. What'd y'all decide? Which one for in here? I'll put the other one in there in my other cabinet. But or let's look around for spots and see what we think. Like that'd be pretty. See if it goes. Not really overlapping there. I could go down here with the square one. Texas tool. Square one could go there. The square one could go down here. Or I could do round. Pretty much probably in all those same spots. Square Texas. Yeah, I think that's the one I like the look of the best. I like that this one's got John Wayne on it, but I think I like the look of this one better. So I'm gonna put this in that pile. I think we'll go, it won't go there, so I think I can go here or like there. I don't know if y'all can see all the way over or not. Maybe you can't yet. Sticker number 8 at Texas Tool, in case you're curious. I think I'm gonna go here. And some of these that I've got on here, like I might end up taking some of these off. All right, what else we got? So I got True Work. I've got either the word True Work, I think is just in white. I think this is the kind that's the letter. Yeah. Just white letters or green. That could go there. That's probably decent. there, or I think this gets a little bit maybe too close to that. That needs to be a little skinnier. Right there's not bad. I keep leaving my knife out of my pocket. What's up, Carlos? James? Mm-hmm. That one to be for in there then. Grabo. I'll put that in over there on that side, I think. It does fit above a drawer, but barely. I don't know if it would end up peeling off. I'd have to get it pretty exact. That's not bad up in there, but ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. I think that's a little too weird looking right there. I think I'll put it at the bottom. It's just a hair too tall to go like above one of them handles. I don't have any Makita stickers somewhere. I put all the Makita stickers on my truck. It keeps people from breaking in. Velocity. So this one's kind of one that you find a little hole somewhere that will fit. That corner's not bad. Might be here though. No, too tall. Right there. Probably the best. Or there, right next to Vito. Oh, it's good to me. This one here's got to be precision placement. I paid a lot of money in tariffs for this sticker. And it ain't an easy one to get off. Mm. I don't think I'm gonna be able to use it because I think it's everywhere I'm peeling it, it's leaving that cardboard back behind there. So all that tariff money didn't pay off on this sticker. I was seeing if I could get it started somewhere else and I might get lucky and that cardboard peel off, but doesn't look like we getting a velocity one. Nope. You stink, velocity. Do 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 do. So here's an Ohio power tool. Kind of looks like the Texas tool. I said I've got Ohio power tool up here with words, but it's on there a little wonky. I'll probably change that out later. And this is only this guy, not the whole thing. So it's kind of the same color there, though. The key to make tools besides the circular saws the old timer used. I don't see a lot of them around me anymore. I mean, obviously people use them, but I don't see a lot of them in my area that much anymore. I kind of like that Klein sticker. I don't, it's got a little bit of a beige color around the outside of it though, that I think is a little bit weird. Or I don't mind this orange one here. Like that would stand out pretty good because there's a lot of spots where like only that size is going to fit. So like I could take this Klein, probably that one, and maybe put it in there. Or there's a little Klein one with a, I don't really like that one as much as far as the color, I don't think. And it's kind of got a cut out of the words. That one's got the lineman on there, but it's all white. I like this one the best, but I don't like that color ring that's around the outside of it. So I think I could go. See if it'll fit up there. Yeah, I think I can fit this one up there. All right. That one already had one. Too big for them spots. I wish I'd have moved that up some, but give some love to the Etsy guys. All right. Gen X raised on hose water and neglect. Let's see. It might, because it's got a cutout there. I think that one, no, it's going to get on that, I think. So I can't go there. It can go here, though. So now, Joey's laying down on the job. At this rate, I'll be now. I've only got these right here left to do. I don't even know that I'm gonna put all these on here. I'm watching y'all's comments. I haven't seen anybody ask me any questions yet. Lollygagging or Lord willing. I wish I'd have moved that down now too. Lollygagging's the last one, I think, as far as what goes on these. Then after that, I'll quit the stickers. I'll do the other cabinet one other day. Make sure I'll wind up with that one. Like I said, any companies out there, these big spaces are for sale. You can look up my email address. Yeah, the Klein thing is the only thing. Like I said, I think I'll get, like what y'all said, get some magnets. And like I might put that in the middle of one, try it there for a little while. which I already got the Klein little one I just put up there. But all right, let me raise you up so you're not staring at my crotch. There's the view of today. I think I've got some Clint just said they got the ones that go on business cards. I think I've got some little small uh, strip magnets somewhere. I just have to look around. Kind of like that. I've got these Velcro things. I think I got some magnets that are kind of like that too. I'll put this in my pocket. All right. The sticker placement regret has hit him more than once. Yeah, putting on stickers. That's why I also didn't do it for such a long time. It's like you like to see how many you got because, like, at the time when I put like this one on there, I didn't have anything else on here, so I thought, oh, well, I'll use this as a straight line when I should have either centered it or put it down at the bottom or done something. But that's why you got to just start looking for stickers like this Home Depot one. That's a good small thing that you can usually find a spot to fill in somewhere over time, but I wish I'd have centered that. But that's also the reason why I don't just throw away like those doubles or give a lot of them to somebody else or whatever. Cause like if I have a sticker on here that I don't like where it looks after I start putting other ones on there, but I got more of them, I'll peel that one off and do another one. You're a legit YouTube star when you can pull this crowd to watch you put new stickers on a box. I thought y'all might would rather watch me put stickers on the box while y'all talked and me sit here and stare at the screen. Grabo was Clint's nickname in high school. Thomas said he feels like he did this with Hot Wheel stickers when he was 6. And then he felt like he wanted his to look like his door to look like a door again, so he took them all off. Oh yeah, you go to take them off. Like I said, if you can get down to that bottom layer, super slick stuff or Houdini, either one takes that sticker stuff off. Great. Like Lexel, there's really been nothing that I've used super slick stuff or Houdini on that it hadn't done like whatever it is I wanted to do. So I've got Lexel all over my hands from tooling it with my fingers and stuff. You go spray that on there, it wipes right off. My miter saw was acting weird, so I took it apart and just sprayed the whole inside of it with that. And ever since then, it's been working fine. Better put that knife in your pocket. Amanda be taking it again. Yeah, that's why I said it was sitting right there, which I would have found it there. But as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I need to put that in my pocket. Using your Milwaukee top off. I see. I usually if I use that on these a lot of times, like because sometimes if I get home later, I ended up not working much today. I ended up mowing the grass here and doing. I filmed a video today too. But sometimes when I get home later, my phone's not charged up very much to be able to charge it by the time I come out here to do the live. So normally I plug it up, but I was able to get it charged today since I got home and cut the grass. I see the flyer driver. Yep. Yeah, I knew the number one comment on that video was going to be the price on it. As soon as I saw how much it was, like I said, it is a legit plier though. I mean, but again, you can buy a Knipex Cobra for not this much money. Obviously, it doesn't have the screwdriver function, but it's definitely a beefy filling plier. Like, and the handle's thick. Um, If they would have put a magnet inside of this just to hold any bit in type, because like a flip socket, let me find, I think I got all those over here. It's the smallest shaft flip socket that I could find. I was hoping maybe it was going to fit in there. I actually had it sitting out to show it in the video and I forgot to. I come up with all sorts of little plans, but I don't make any notes or anything. And I just do it whenever I film a video. Like I look, and there's a lot, half the time I'll leave stuff sitting out there and I forget all about mentioning certain things. So like I thought if I took like the smallest shaft and stuck it in there, maybe I'd get lucky and it'd be able to close, but it won't. It's still too long. So then I thought, oh well, I'll just cut this off and get rid of all that extra. But you're not going to be able to do that either, and it still fit. So it wouldn't matter because even if I had it with just a flip socket sticking out, it's still not going to shut. But these don't fit in there all that great. And but if it just had a magnet down there, you'd be able to pull it out. It's locked in there. It's not going to fall out, but it's got so much slop before it bottoms out and catches on that little. And this right here is where that ring is inside of here, so it doesn't really catch. But if it had a magnet just to pull it tight, it'd be good. But like I say, you could still use this as long as you're pushing in on whatever and tightening. It's not going to affect it, but that's going to get on your nerves. That moving around like that. So just one little magnet down in there it'd make a big difference. But pliers wise, it's a nice plier. Like it's a substantially, and it's a total different feel. So let's say this versus what would it be, like a 150? I guess, is that a 6 inch in the Knipex 150? The handle feel on this to be able to like crank on it, it feels substantially different than a pair of 150 Cobras. It's a much beefier handle. And I commented back to a lot of people that were talking about the price. It's like, this isn't for, everybody. Like nobody if I'm carrying around this and I've always got it with me, I'm not going to spend $130 maybe for one of these. But if I'm somebody who walks around a farm all day and I always use a plier like this, and every now and then I need a screwdriver and this fits in my pocket nice. It's like if that's the only thing I carry, then it doesn't matter what something costs at that point, as long as it ain't like $1,000 or something like that. It's like if you could spend that kind of money on this, and it's after you spend it, you're done, and it helps you that much, it's worth it. But for the everyday person who carries around a big bag of tools that already has a bunch of screwdrivers and a bunch of pliers in it, then it's harder to spend that $129. Dissolve it. Citrus solution is the best for removing sticker residue. Might be a little safer. It wouldn't surprise me if a citrus solution isn't what is in who. I mean, it smells just like oranges. It wouldn't surprise me if it's not something similar. Gooby Gone works great. I still go to my childhood home occasionally. I got to hit that door with some super slick stuff. Mom had banana stickers on the inside of a kitchen cabinet door. I think I knew somebody else that did that too. Like I always peeled a little banana sticker off and kept them somewhere. Chiquita. Definitely gonna get that plier, but I want to get the whole thing with that arm and a leg and accessories. Yeah, all those accessories. Let me see if I got them down here. I think I put them over there in the box, but I think they're Atlas 46 because I mean they obviously look like Atlas 46 stuff. I took this thing here because I'm not probably going to wear the leather sheath thing and put it on this pouch that I haven't reviewed this one yet. This was the one I had in my tool haul video that a couple people asked. I haven't. I've got so many pouches and bags in the last little bit that I haven't had time to see what I can do with this one and run it for a day or two and see what fits in it and how it works out. It looks like a pretty nice pouch to me though. More so for like if you're doing a job where you've got lots of tools. We used to put the banana stickers on Dad's old-fashioned metal lunch boxes. Yeah, I started just putting them on those file cabinets, and then I started putting them on here. Like I said, I still haven't put any on those. I don't think I will. But I've got some stickers over there on my. I had them on my truck. That's where my extra Stabila one went to. Because like I said, I got 2 packs. I got 2 packs of the KC tool pack, and I had 2 Stabilas. But these were drawers that were in my truck before I swapped out to the Klein, and I was putting stickers on those too. So I've got 2 Milwaukee drawers still out there that I think have some stickers on them. I haven't put any on my Klein drawers yet, but I've got some stickers. I had to cut a little bit of the Vito one to make that fit on there. But yeah, there's my extra. If I had that still loose, I'd probably peel that one Stabila off and raise it up a little. But I got to figure out what I want to do with all the flat Boweries and the Clints and the other YouTube, Instagram tools of the Spark. I'll put them on something different. Yeah, Jeff said he loves that pouch. That's what he runs. You can see it in some of his Instagram videos. Whenever I was talking to the guy at Atlas, which is a really nice guy. Uh, I was talking to him about some things I had looked at on Atlas but never had pulled the trigger. I said I can't ever keep from spending my money on your vest. Like every time I buy something, I'm buying vests. I bought like 4 or 5 vests now over the course of time. And I said I did buy some pouches originally, but I haven't bought any because usually whenever I go buy something, I buy a vest. And I had talked to him. I said I saw Jeff, that Bowery boy runs that technician pouch, and I said it's pretty interesting to me. I said, but I've also looked at your Murphy pouch, and I wouldn't mind checking that out for one particular reason. And I didn't tell him what I was wanting to use it for, was to see if my T6 fit in it. And then once I got that and saw how good it fit in it, I've ran that like 3 times now, like doing work with my meter, and I really like it. Like it's great for the T6 because now I just carry that and I don't carry like another pouch. And then my T6, because with the pouch that the T6 goes into, like for one, I didn't like snapping it around my belt or my vest. I always just ended up usually sticking it in my Atlas 1824 vest in one of them cargo pockets. But now I just grab that, and then I don't even grab any of my other pouches, and I just use it. No vessel stickers. No, I never have got a vessel sticker. Not with any of the stuff I bought. Because I don't think I've bought maybe my big Klein sticker that I've got in there. It's like a big circle, kind of looks like that, but it's smaller than that. But uh, I think I bought that one off eBay. Everything else, other than like the ones that aren't tools, are ones that I got whenever I bought something, somewhere, like whether it was Ohio Power Tool or a few of them. Some people sent me, but like the Texas Tool, Jeff sent me those. Were you aware Wera makes a Rapidator for their 1/4 inch ratchets? Yeah, I saw that. I think I need to get one. Ooh, bunch of magnets. I think I need to get one for this so I can put it on here in case I want to use it like a screwdriver. I think I need to get one. I said, I think I got it in here still. Yeah, I like this one. The first one, the 8009 that I did a video for. I like this one. I don't like the socket held on with magnets. I'd rather they put a indent in there, but I guess they couldn't because they left room for that 1/4 inch to fit in there. But I'd rather just have this be a 3H drive and then buy a wrap adapter that fits it and leave it on there to whenever I want to use a screwdriver, because the sockets just don't hold on there very well. They pull off a lot whenever you go and pull off the fastener. But as far as the tool itself, it's a nice one to have, and then you get bit storage for like in your tool bag or whatever. You don't have to carry something else that has bits in it. What's up, Curtis? Just got some vessels on that red board. The hard hat is on. I missed them. I missed whatever the first question was. Love that pouch. Let's see. I don't know what on the red board that the hard hat is on. Oh, you put some of the stickers from the YouTube, maybe is what you meant. Dr. Morgan needs the HVAC guy sticker. Yep, I don't have one. Put the stickers on. Yeah, I could do that. I might end up doing that. Although it might fill up fast. I don't know. I don't have very many right now, other than Clint. Clint's got 17,000 versions of his sticker over there. Yeah, it's been hot here the last couple days, like real bad humid. I don't know what the outside temperature. It's been closer to 90, but the humidity's been worse than the temperature part of it. The whole time we were over there working on them doors, and we were even in the shade for most of it from the house shading us, and it was still just sweat. What's up, Abraham? You missed everything, man. I gave it all away. I'm giving up contracting. I was giving away all my tools. Have I seen the Animus tool bag? I was interested enough to order one. I don't think so. What's special about the Animus? Let me see if I can look it up here. Animus tool bag. Nope, that's my Gmail. That ain't gonna work. I forget I always only have Safari on here. Animus. Is that the no? I pulled up a client bag. Yeah. Is that the magnetic ones? I didn't know that was the name of them, but I saw actually they might have I might have got an email from them, but I didn't ask them to send it. I don't remember. I either saw where they offered to send me one, maybe. So you'll have to let me know some way what you think about it. Like I said, I don't take everything that people offer to send me because I don't want to make them blue million videos. But I want to say they emailed me. I think I saw Tools with Tactics maybe had one the other day too, though. But I want to say they emailed me and asked me if I want to try one out. Me giving up my tools. But I got a video coming out. I'll put it out tomorrow for something new from Klein. I filmed it today. And then I know I've got something new coming next week that they emailed me and told me it was coming. I don't know when I'll get it, but I'll probably make a video for that. And then I've got a video for another flashlight that comes out. I've got to put it out Mondays, or I think it was wherever the 15th is if the 15th Monday, that's when it's got to come out. Let's see what else I got over there. The guest the trade this week's a reload from It's Derek. He was in episode 45. He had a Klein backpack the first time around, and now he's got Milwaukee pack out tool bag and different pack out stuff. What's up, Timinator? What do you put in the front pocket of your mat? Of my mat? What mat are you? I bet you meant MCT. Right now, I've just got my magnetic mat and my hollow nut drivers and a little small torpedo level. I use all these because they all stick to that mat, and then I can use that mat if I want to. So it's easier for me to I just reach in here and just pull out the whole thing and grab whatever nut driver I want. And then I've also got a set of Railer hex keys and a bit rail. And then I've also got a metric and SAE flip socket down in there too. So mostly just bits right now. I essentially took my SPLD and my MCTP and took the stuff out of them that wasn't already in this pouch or my other pouch, and just put the kind of the tools in here like bolt claws, some bigger pliers wrench and cobras, or my cobras and pliers wrench, an extra set. Like this is the ES, and then the other side is like my testers. Like I got my 2 torque screwdrivers, some different precision drivers, stuff that I don't have in my pouch. Since this kind of all goes together, I'm either going to take all of it in, or if I take just my pouch in, since I'm going to leave this like this, I didn't want to put any of these tools doubled up in here. I'm just going to kind of run it like that and see how it goes. So basically I took my MCTP and my SPLD, pulled out the tools that I wanted to keep if I took all of it in, type of thing. So back here, I've got like my circuit breaker finder, my Fluke 324, bolt claws, my tap screwdriver in case I get to a screw that's stripped out, little knife up here. Now, I did keep a couple ball handle dedicated screwdrivers because I don't run those. I've got these in my MP2X, but I'm not carrying them in this because I don't like the way it's hard to keep 2 screwdrivers in an MP1 and like it, in my opinion, or 2 ball handles anyways. They kind of don't go well together. I'll show you. So like you got your 2 pass-throughs that you can run it in, but then I'm limited on, I don't mind that, but then I'm limited on kind of the amount of pliers that I can take with me. So I kind of stuck with just 1 screwdriver that's kind of a multi-driver, and then all the pliers that I would kind of want for, this is like a general bag, not electrical specific, not just, this will be the thing I'm gonna grab and take in with me instead of my MP2. My MP2X is more electrical. So this is just more just stuff you might run into, type of thing. And that goes here actually. So that's why I put these in the bag though, in case I start doing a lot of work and I take the whole bag in. I'd rather use these than this, and I'll just grab these out of the bag. But as far as if I'm just going to go in somewhere real fast and then just fix something real fast, I mean, I don't care to use, I don't mind using Klein screwdrivers either. I mean, I like them too. But if I'm going to work with something all day, I'd rather it be the vessel. Wish I had a little Vito pouch with the magnetic pocket flap that I could cannibalize. Yeah, I've been thinking about, I'd love to. I like the Atlas connection, and I don't mind because on my vest, I just leave the little clip on my vest. But like for a pouch where I'm going to take it on and off all the time, I don't want to have to take the clip part that you mount this to off my belt and all that kind of stuff. So I've been thinking about how could I, because I mean, the holes are already there. I've been wanting to find myself a way to get a magnetic flap. I'd love it if I could find like these somewhere. Like I'm hoping that Crypt Top or whatever those are, I hope they come out with something like it and I can just rob this whole thing off of some pouches and start putting those on the back of pouches. But I've been thinking about using, I don't think I got some in here. I hadn't looked at it yet though, so I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't know if I even got one of those in here. Oh, I got a bunch over here. I don't know how stiff these are, but you actually can't do it anyways now to look at it. But unless I could take off, I I could basically just cut all this off and just use this and somehow basically put that without the pouch on there. That would be pretty phenomenal. Not necessarily maybe on this one. It might be too heavy. I don't know. But on my meter one, it would be fine. I've thought about doing it. I think I could go through there and cut all that out, drill me some holes through this in the same place where those are, and basically put them right back through there and have that. And I've also just thought about doing you know, I've got a bunch of these too, where I could take, I wouldn't do it on the magnet ones, but I got a bunch of other ones where I could take this off and just put my screws through a clip like this too, and make it where I could just take it on and off. And not again, I'll actually, I really like this. I like the way it works. I just don't like the having to take the other half of this and move it around on my, and it's mostly for me. If you're somebody who leaves your setup the same all the time, you just leave it on there all the time, it's fine. But I change from this vest to that vest to my belt to all kinds of things. So the faster I can do it, the more, or the easier it is to do it, the better off it is for me. But I'm probably going to figure out a way to make my meter pouch more so than that pouch. The because that one I won't use as often. My meter pouch I take on and off a lot. I'm gonna figure out a way to make it either magnetic flap or clip flap. I went to a Zip System demo the other day, and they gave away 5 Martinez hammers, a bunch of high spec safety glasses, Keen boots, oxy bags, and a Makita 40-volt nailer. You got a hat and a burrito. I started putting stickers on my toolbox locker. Forgot what I got, but there was a big vessel sticker. Yeah, I haven't got any vessel stickers at all. Which I've not. Most of my stuff have just been. I've just been ordering like a screwdriver, that kind of stuff like that, and just off Amazon and stuff. It didn't like I ordered directly from Vessel or anything. Oh, I gotta scroll down. My thing quit scrolling. Goat roper, random, but just got a lobster hybrid adjustable wrench with X drive. It was 25 on Amazon, but amazing adjustability, little to no play, and grips fasteners with no back lashing. A lot of people like those lobster. I've never had a lobster wrench, but a lot of people have said something to me about them. Like whenever I've had other videos about adjustable wrenches. You gonna do a review on the Atlas Tech pouch? Yeah, I will. I just haven't had time because I've been, like I said, I got the Murphy one and that one at the same exact time, and the Murphy one was the one that I was really wanting to check out for my meter. So I've been using it and running it, and then right after that, I got the Evo pouch, and I got and then the new tool bag. I've been swapping tools around, so I just haven't had time to, really check it out. But I'm going to. I usually what I do is I'll take and put some tools in it for like a week and run it instead of whatever pouch. Like normally, if I use my MP2X, I'll take that and run it for a week with the same tools that are in my MP2X and just see how I like pulling stuff in and out of it and all that. The drill holster. Yeah, I've got one. That's the other. I was actually going to look at that one too and see if that one would be easier because I won't ever use the drill holster one. I think it would actually maybe be easier because there's a lot less stitching on that. So, yeah. And that's a little bit, although that might be wider than the Murphy pouch. I don't know. This might be, but there's definitely a lot less stitching, and I'm less likely to use this than I am one of these probably. I don't like putting my drills in this kind of a thing. I use the Nolster and the Spider drill pen. So I might check that out. This one would be a lot easier. See what the size is on that. This one might would be more so for this one. But I can't do it. I'm not going to do anything to that one until I review it like it is. Again, I'm not saying that I don't like the Atlas click system and all that. I think as far as a click system and that it's probably one of the nicest ones I've ever used. It's just not. I'm more of a swap my stuff around to all kinds of things, and it's not as fast as just clipping something on and off. Anyone watch Chris Cast Tools? He hasn't posted in a while, but he's a Japanese hand tool collector. I don't think I've seen it. I use a little pouch off the SC45 all day, every day now, and love it for my EDC. Meter equals Murphy pouch. Yeah, the Murphy pouch is the one that I've done a review on. I've got my meter inside of it with a few tools. It's in my truck. I keep it in my, I've been using it. Still debating on the MCT, but I love my TPXXL and SBLD. Yeah, the SBLDs was a good, like I said, I no complaints about it at all. Other than I'm more of a closed bag person, but I still liked it. Of course, now they've got the something that's like the SBLD, but has that flap on it. I can't remember what the was it. I don't remember what the name of it is, but I never had a XXL, and I don't know. Again, the MCTP, I like it. Like I love the look of the infrared that I've got and all that. But it makes that bag having them pouches on the side does make it like it's a total different thing carrying that than it is just carrying an MCT. Like it's like a nowhere close to even being the same bag really as far as the way it like fits in between doors and all that kind of stuff. It's just a lot bigger. SBLDT. Yeah. I think I would like that bag. Although I like I said, I personally for the Evo stuff, like I would have rather they just did this. Let's see. Yeah. Like I'd have just soon they made the, MCT and didn't put anything on the side and just did it just like the SPLD or another one of those. But the because that Evo stuff fits right down in there. And then you don't have that stuff hanging off the side. But like I said, I think Clint mentioned it too. They might be planning to do some other stuff later that wouldn't have worked with this or something. But it's like that hugs really tight to the side of your bag. But then when you're not using it, you know, you still got a pocket really that you could put. I put bit drivers and stuff down here sometimes, like long ones. But I like the bags not having anything on the outside of them. Now that I carry that SPMC for a little while, I prefer the outside to be kind of pocket free, just so I don't because I like to stick stuff in pockets, but I don't like having a bunch of stuff on the outside of the bag. Well, look at this mess y'all made me create. I don't like how the closer opens from the bottom. That's another thing that I found out that I liked on the SPMC too. Like the SPMC taught me a couple things about a bag. I prefer One is I actually do prefer smaller bags. That's as big as I possibly want to get. I mean, I wouldn't consider that a small bag, but that's as big as I want to get. But I don't like stuff on the outside of my bag as much, even though because every other bag I had before that had pockets on the side that I put stuff in. And then I also like that flap to come down instead of go up. I do prefer that too. Let's address the fact that there is a banana pudding cream pie now. Yeah, they had a banana pudding cream pie. I didn't buy any of them. They had a banana pudding cream pie, Little Debbie, and then a birthday cake cream pie, and then a Boston cream pie, like the same as like your oatmeal cream pies or peanut butter cream pies, like that kind of a setup. But somebody had actually, I don't remember who it was. It's probably somebody in here emailed me a long time ago a picture of the banana pudding ones, the banana pudding cream pies, and said, I bought these and they are disgusting. So that was a thought that went through my mind whenever I was looking at them today. And I was like, man, I'm not even going to get them because somebody told me they were gross. So that kind of helped me not buy them. But it basically helped define a true 90% bag. Yep. Yeah, I will for sure not get rid of my like, as I buy new bags, I keep them for a while because for one, during the spring promo is not a good time to sell your Vito bag because anybody that knows about Vitos, for the most part, is not gonna buy your bag when they can go get another one for free, even if they're getting a deal on yours. But like I keep my bags even if I'm not running them, the ones that I liked running before, because for all I know, I'll run this one for a while and I'll be like, you know what, I just really don't like it as much as I like my blackout one, or I just decided I want to go back to the SPLD, which it wouldn't surprise me if I don't not run that one as much. I'm trying this setup to keep from having to carry, and basically I'm using my pouches now, my MP2X, and then I've got that Atlas Murphy speed pouch with my meter set up for a certain thing, and then I've got this for just general stuff. I'm kind of using my pouches as 90% bags. So instead of carrying an SPMC or something like that, and then they're connected to that bag, which used to be my MCTP, which has more of my, I'm going in to do some little bit more technical, some sort of work where I may have to test something or, some voltage might be there or whatever. Where used to, I had my SBLD in my truck and also my MCTP. So now I've kind of condensed it to this. So I'm trying that, but again, I may not end up liking it. So I don't sell my other bags until I've ran my other ones for a while and see how I end up liking it. I'm definitely not going to ever probably sell my SPMC was what I was getting at with that because it's a perfect small bag in my opinion. Monday's the last day for the spring promo. Back on Atlas, I can't wait to see what they're releasing in the new frog camo. Debbie's cream pie. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah, I had a job that I was gonna go do tomorrow, but the homeowner ended up not being able to be home. So I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Actually, might just be taking the day off. I think we're maybe getting grandbaby maintenance at some point tomorrow, so maybe I'll just be home early enough for all that. I think Amanda already might have mentioned that. Should be getting a free UB3B and MP1 Evo. Oh, did you buy some? You bought some Vito stuff with the spring promo with the amount of money you can get back. So what tier two bags did you buy to get those free? Amanda is Grams. What are you? I'm Papa. I'm Papa Joe. What was the topic of last week's Bible study? So my quarter is over. I finished. So this last Sunday was actually it's the start of a new quarter. So I'm not teaching now. Um, we're going through the book of Acts on Sunday now with a different teacher. It's one of the teacher teaching this time is actually one of the people who's our, pulpit preachers. The 2 weeks before that, I did it on selfishness. Is what that's what I finished up with because everything else I covered throughout that Bible study, the whole entire quarter was everything's rooted in selfishness is what it ultimately ends up being. What bags did you buy, Clint, on the tier two? Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so the MP1 Evo, yeah, it's $94 and something, so you could get that, which that stinks because if you could get the MP2 Evo, because I kind of want an MP2 Evo now that I've got that one, because the MP2 is still my favorite layout in a pouch. I didn't buy an MP2 Evo because I've already got the MP2X, and I don't care to use it with the clip on there. I've had no problem using it with the clip on there the whole time, and I'm not planning on clipping two of them on that bag anyways. My MP2X stays clipped into my rail system that I've got in there. I don't even put it on the bag anyways. But I had been pondering about going ahead and getting a 2X. But see, now if I'd have bought a 2X the first time, I could turn around and buy a Vito bag like a tier two one and get an MP1 Evo for free. But I already bought the one MP1, so tool row and an SPLD. Last night's live, I introduced the He-Man sword. Northern Tool Store is 50% off this week. Would you rebuy? I like them. I have no problem. Like, there's nothing I don't like about them. Now they don't have wheels on them, so like if it's something you want to roll around, that's the only downside to them. But as far as the comfort level, how they adjust up and down, they are also a little bit taller, so they're maybe taller than certain stools. But that's because they're not made to roll around. Like, it's not one where you roll it around your car and fix your car type of thing height with what some of them are. But yeah, I like them. I've got two of them. I don't have any problems with them. They're definitely a lot better than just that spider shop stool thing I had. Like, it's drastically better than one of those. Maybe one of these days I can get Viper to send me one of their fancy dancy ones, 400 something dollars or something like that. To be selfish is to have a rational concern for one's long-term best interest. It's not about tromping on others, being inconsiderate, or trading long-term wellness for short-term gain. Yeah, you still have to, we all have to look out for ourselves. I mean, you still have to live. You have to do things in order to help your own self as well. But it's not only look out for your interest, but look out for the interest of others. It's whenever you have the mindset of basically I'm it. If you've got that mindset, it's going to lead you down a path of doing a lot of things that you shouldn't do if you just never think outside of yourself. I carry a Vera Multi number two, number one square, lineman, side cutter, strippers, and my knife. What MP would you suggest would work best with that? So you got three screwdrivers, you got a Vera Multi, and then a number one, number two square. Like, that's three different screwdrivers, or you carry a multi that has those in it. If you carry three screwdrivers, I'd get an MP2. It's definitely a lot better setup. I'll grab mine out of my truck real fast. I'll show you. It's a total different setup. It's really not that much bigger or more pockets. It's just a different layout. It's more screwdriver friendly. Clint's telling you to drink. Which I've also got a video that kind of compares a lot of them, even some that I don't have anymore, like the NPM and all that stuff. So MP2 has all the same stuff as the MP1. The MP1's basically doesn't have this pocket and this pocket. And then it's also got these two, this pocket's deeper and got two slots for two more screwdrivers. But it's, I mean, it is a bigger pouch. So obviously it's because of that. But you're gaining, the MP1's got like these pockets back here that are small, but they're not really made so much for tools. You can fit pencils and stuff in there. You can take like a pair of pliers and stick like the, that's how I that's how I carry mine anyways, like that. But if you carry multiple screwdrivers, that's the biggest difference to me is screwdrivers. Because right, like on this pouch, the MP1, this plier would be here, this plier is here, and you still got that spot which is there. You got your two pass throughs, which is this one and this one. You got these two spots here, which are these two, and then everything else is kind of smaller. But this one, you get these extra decent sized pockets on the side where you can actually stick a pair of pliers in them, and then you actually get two more like screwdriver slots. So if you carry very many screwdrivers, I would definitely say, you know, this one, MP2. And it's not crazy bigger, like feel wise. It's not like it's enormous. I mean, I mean, it is a decent sized pouch, but it's not like it's drastically bigger than a one as far as how it feels. Seen Vera coming out with a flashlight screwdriver. I saw that too on the advent calendar. Have you heard about or seen the new Klein ball grip screwdriver? It's an 8-in-1. Is that the, I think somebody sent me a picture of it. I think Jeff and them sent me a picture of it today. If it's the kind of like the vessel where the back half pulls off like a stubby, but it has bits in it. I don't know if that's the number on it or not, if that's what that is. I saw the picture that they sent to me. Mm, 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 mm. I did a shorts video on the new Klein. So is that new Klein available to purchase? Or you just did a short on it like you found the pictures? Where'd y'all see it as? Is it on the Klein website? I've seen a lot of different things that I know Klein's working on, but I don't know for sure that they're gonna come out with these things that they're asking about, like, and then I've been working with them some on, "Here's what I think you should do with it," or, you know, that kinda stuff too. So there's showing some leg in your shorts video. Not available yet, but it is on Klein's website, so it is gonna for sure be coming out then. So I may or may not have seen one. I can't confirm nor deny. But I will say that if they come out with a particular one that I've seen, it will sell like hotcakes. And I've told them that. So if they don't come out with that one, they're silly. But don't buy a Klein until you try Vera's Multi. I love that thing. Is you talking about like this one? Uh, Blood Song Tour Review sent me this one. I've been wanting to try one for a long time, but I never have got one. Is this the Vera Multi one that you got that pops out those bits, or are you talking a Vera Multi something else? It's hard for me to get away from like I do run multi screwdrivers, and I usually run a Klein, like I've got in that MP1 right there. But as far as dedicated screwdrivers, like you're not gonna get me away from the Vessel ball handles yet. Although they're getting close. Klein's getting close. That ratcheting, the ratcheting one has enough weight to it that it's kind of right there. Even though, even if I don't use the ratcheting feature of it, that's the thing about the vessels that I like. It's the weight, and the grips are really good on them too. Like I love the grips where they are; they're good. But it's the weight more than anything. And Klein's ratcheting one came really. It's right there with it. I like it better, even if I don't use the ratcheting. I like it better than the original one, just because of that. Just wanted to say Jester's a stand-up guy. I do like my vessel don't have any regular screw vessel USB. I don't like I've got the vessel. Yeah, y'all can probably see them a little bit up there. That I bought the vessel insulated set because I was like, oh yeah, ball handle insulated set, I'll take it. Which all insulated drivers are normally pretty light because they're not really made with a lot of stuff on the inside of them that would be conductive that would make them heavier. But I bought those tang throughs, and ever since then, like I don't like the regular vessels. I only like the ones that are the tang through. And I've got multiple sets of these dudes so that if something ever happens and they quit selling them, because that's how much I love them, is like I'm not living without these right now until somebody else comes out with something. These are my screwdrivers, my dedicated screwdrivers. Radley balls. I'm gonna look at something in my drawer real fast and see if it's got a part number on it. No, it wasn't that one. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, that one that y'all saw, that's one I saw while I was at Klein, that whatever part number that one is that you said there. What was the part number on that one? That Joseph said 3296A. Yeah, I saw that one while I was at Klein. I did. I said I've seen several. I don't know what they're coming out. I didn't know which ones they were going to decide to come out with, which ones they weren't. But there's some pretty cool stuff that there's. Like I said, there's still one of them that if they don't go ahead and do that one, they're crazy. Everybody will buy it whenever it comes out. I got a Galaxy weighted tang through too. Yeah, Joey, if you end up getting some like these on Amazon, these are the ones you're going to find on Amazon in the tang through. Get the 100 length because the 150s are too long. Like this is the 100 length. I think it's a good length. Like the other ones are too long, in my opinion. But sometimes it's hard to find. You can go in my Amazon store and look up my. I think I've got a list that says my favorite screwdrivers, and these would be in there. But sometimes you can get on eBay, and because sometimes they don't have one of these two for some reason on Amazon, like they won't have it, and or you'll find that the Phillips want to be like $8 and the slotted want to be like $30 or something like that. I don't know what it is, but you can usually find they've got colored ones on eBay, and you can usually get a set with a Phillips and a slotted for about the same price as buying these two on Amazon separately sometimes, not all the time, but I'd go check in case you want. They've got red, blue, purple, and like a gray black color. I've got like I've got the red and the black as these. The blue is that color blue, but it would be like this screwdriver though. This is a different screwdriver. And then they got a purple. I don't have any of the purple stuff. Be out here picking up stuff for an hour tomorrow. What you just looked at, when will we see a video? I have no idea. Because what I looked at is not the final thing, so I don't know. It's just what do you think about it and what would you change about it thing. He's reached tactics level now, Clint. I'm building them from the ground up. I live in the Great White North, so know all the good stuff on our Amazon. All right, let's see. Not giving away anything. We'll just play the high-low game before we get off here. What's a question I can ask to see who's going to play? What is it that the grandbabies call Amanda? There's that Bowery boy, got it in. Graham. More smoke on the water. All right. Let me get them. I think I got I probably put the jokers back in here, actually. They're probably on top, though. There's one of them. There's the other one. Nana, Joey said. It's Graham. So that Bowery boy, we've got, we'll cut it here. Ooh, 9, high or low. It's a hard card there. Lower, he says. 10. What do I win? You're gonna have to send me some vessel stickers. What is it that the grandbaby calls me? We're looking for 2 words. Chocolate, chocolate. Oh, and that was 46, yeah. That Barry boy got Papa Joe. He gets to go at it again. There's BMCK. I'm gonna let BMCK have it since Bowery boy already did it. Bowery boy had it again though. He must have better internet than the rest of y'all. Meemaw. All right, so this is BMCK. We got King, a little bit easier. You got a 1 in whatever chance, however many cards there are. Yeah, you're right. BMCK did spell it right, at least. That's what TPG said. Lower. 7. You get the proud acknowledgement that you won. That's what you win. one of these days we'll play and do some giveaways. I don't really have a lot of stuff right now, to be honest with you. Somebody honking a horn. Must be a neighbor or something though. But I guess I'm gonna get off here. We'll see y'all Saturday at the Guest of Trades. And then again, I'll be putting out a video tomorrow, so you'll see that as well. But appreciate y'all helping me put my stickers on there. And we'll see y'all on the next one.